What's good, y'all? I'm Six,
And I'm Seven,
and
and
you're
you're
watching
watching
Seven's
Seven's
Palace.
podcast. Shh,
You just said podcast again. It's okay,
it
but it's
don't
okay.
matter. It don't matter.
It's like it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
You
yeah.
messed up a
Get the
little bit,
gist.
but
It's
it's
Seven's
okay.
Palace.
But
We still new to this, y'all. We still new to this. Bear
still
with us.
new. It's like what the second podcast.
Hey, it's the second podcast. All right, chill out. Sorry, official. Chill out.
Okay, okay.
Anyway, how your week been though? How your week been though, Gango?
Uh, eh, I mean it's pretty decent. Really nothing to complain about. Just getting by, really.
Yeah, I
What
feel
about
that.
you, bro? How you been
Hey
feeling?
man, I can't complain. My week been pretty cool. A little
Pretty cool.
stressful. It's a tiny little bit, but it's been all right.
A little bit. What you mean, a little bit?
It don't even matter. I can't complain.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of stuff in store for y'all today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So today we actually got some interesting news.
Oh yeah. Well, let's start off with our first segment. Interesting news.
I just said
Most definitely.
that.
All right. So, let's talk about it. So, how do you feel about this Noah's Ark investigation?
What?
Yes, sir. Um, Researchers and investigators in Turkey says on Mount Arat, if I'm saying that right, they say they found um they dug in they no okay they found human I gotta say human activity on top of that mountain when they first was researching
Are you
around that
referring
mountain.
to like the stories from like church and stuff like
Yes,
that, like
sir.
Noah's Ark?
Oh snap! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh wait, actually, now that I think about it, I think I seen something about that.
Yes, sir.
So what I found out was they say the dating of the rock and soil was the match from biblical timing,
Hmm.
and that they also that the researchers are from like a trio from Turkey and the United States,
Hmm.
and they have spent roughly a year analyzing the rock and soil, which
Hmm.
I actually think that's pretty cool. Like
Hmm.
finding something like that, and I'm not really too heavy on like Christianity, nor am I like heavy on like debating about it either. But I just think that it's pretty cool to see that, and that they actually found that, and they can actually notice that there's actually been like human life on that ark. I think that's pretty cool. I really think it is.
I mean, I agree with you, but at the same time, you also got to think it can be cool and it can also be bad
Why you say that?
because I say that because when it comes to say, okay, say that this Noah's Ark investigation is truly real and they actually found Noah's Ark from
Mhm,
biblical timing.
mhm.
Let's say that, how can I put this? Let's say people start to really think and see, and people end up actually reading the Bible and stuff like that, and such and such.
I mean,
And then, no. But listen. What if, so let's say, half of the times of destruction and shit like that it really comes to life? Because I seen that. I was reading about it. It said in the article, it said people might start to wonder if, like, the times of destruction and stuff like that comes to life if we found actual Noah's Ark.
okay. I was just saying because it's just like I mean that shouldn't really be a reason why people should really start reading the Bible. That shouldn't really be a
Oh
reason at
yeah.
all. But I mean, having to see that up close, that'd be a really extraordinary thing.
Oh yeah.
And for people to actually find this, and I think this was around like what 3000 BC, or I think somewhere around like 55,000 BC.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just like it's really that old, and I'm sure that the material was very weak. So it's
Hmm.
like it's really delicate too. So you got to be really careful with it.
Right.
So it's just like I feel like they might either bring it out and probably put it up like in a museum or for a display,
Hmm.
or they might I don't know what else they'll do with it. Personally, I don't really know what they'll do with it, but I just know I feel like if they put it in like a museum or something, they can really just like leave the information there,
Hmm.
and then it just like you can just look at it, just gaze upon it, like see how massive it is, like how
Hmm.
much time it took for it to be built. And so I think that I think you should do that for like a museum or something. At least like put
Oh
it in
yeah.
like in some kind of museum.
But they should definitely get more research and stuff like that about it before they actually decide to, like, publicly say, "Oh, it's Noah's Ark." You feel me?
That's what I'm saying. Cause they took roughly a year to analyze the rock and
Oh
soil,
yeah.
so they know it, and it determines that it's actually the ark
And they did say that it fits the description of Noah's Ark perfectly. I was like,
perfectly.
that's what I read, and it said that it fits Noah's Ark. It fits the description of Noah's Ark perfectly.
Oh no, it's just like it's, I'm not saying that people can be lying about it, but
Hmm.
it's like I don't know. It's like because you find a lot of stuff that's really old, and like
Right.
depending on where you find it. Like nowadays on the internet, you find like a lot of like either weird species or
Mhm.
like some type of weird parasite or something like that. It's just like you don't know what it is, and people can't really determine what it is because there's literally no name for it.
Right.
So it's just like people. I'm not saying people would be lying about it, but it's just like there's a lot of stuff going around that you could
Mhm.
see something be like, oh, this is such and such, but it's like that takes a lot of time to analyze and actually like look into it before you just automatically say that, oh, this is that.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying that they wasted their time or nothing. I'm not saying that at all. It's just like what they did was pretty cool to me because they
Oh yeah.
took like roughly a year, like I said, they took that time to analyze it first
Mhm.
before saying like, oh, this is actually Noah's Ark. And this was around that BC and timing, around biblical timing.
Mhm.
So just like I would say I'll go for it.
Oh yeah. That'll actually be something to see up close and personal.
That's
That'll
what I was
be
saying, like,
dope
put
to
it up
see.
for this like, display in, like, a museum or something.
Mhm.
Like, just something to gaze upon, like, see, like, their hard work and what they found along the way. And honestly, now to think about it, that actually would be crazy. You just roaming somewhere freely, and then you just step on something, or you look at something like, "What is that?" You look up close to it, it's something, like, either huge or something, like, really small, like, artifact or something. That's why we like archaeologists because they find, like, a lot of cool stuff, and they bring it
Mhm.
out, like, to the world. So, there's that.
Oh
But
yeah, most definitely.
I ain't gonna lie, this month has been crazy.
What happened?
So there was a Women's Day march. If you hear about that,
Mhm.
they so I guess there was a guy passing through the march. I think he was on his bike or something, and so um one of the women decided to. I mean, I can't really like say anything because I mean I don't know what went through her mind at that time, nor can I think about what he was thinking. But I just know that it got heated really fast, and what I
Mhm.
mean by that is, I guess the woman was provoking the man, and by knocking over his bike, and that's when he got physical and put his hands on her. And like I said, I can't really determine what went through her mind on why she did it, but it's like at the same time, it's just like that's just kind of crazy to have a sight on,
Mhm.
like to see that people are trying to get through the march and stuff, but it's like people who are either nagging or saying stuff at you.
Mhm.
And like I said, I'm not determining anything of what people were thinking or what they were saying at the march, but I just know that seeing some kind of stuff like that really takes a toll on the people,
Mhm.
and it really sets a bad image for a lot of people.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying like I can't take sides. I can never take sides. Never. Like I need to actually have full on clear evidence and stuff before I end up pointing fingers. Like, why would you do that?
Mhm.
What possessed you to do that?
Mhm.
And so like after seeing that, I didn't know what to think.
Mhm.
But what you think about it? Because I think it's crazy.
I mean, due to us not like we don't know much about what happened.
Mm.
But so from what you're telling me and that what I'm from what I'm hearing, it's like that means like to provoke someone or to not know what's going on in the situation, you never know what to do in that moment.
Like I said, you don't know what goes through people's mind
Right.
at all.
So we can't determine that it's just one person's fault when two people in in a situation like that, it could be at both of them could be at fault. So what I'm saying
Mm,
is
I
what I
mean,
like
not really. It can't really be both.
I mean, but you never know because somebody could have said something to the other person to cause them to do what they did. They
Okay,
could have been
like saying like
arguing,
something should have like something was said in order
right?
for the
Cause
person
we
to go
like
off.
like like we weren't there, so we wouldn't
Yeah, we
know
can't
what
really
was
say
going
anything
through
because we weren't really
somebody's
there to
head or
actually
what.
like talk
Right.
about it full on. But
I mean, it is tragic that it happened. I mean, like on Women's Day, that's understandable. But at the same time,
hold
like
that
most
thought.
people,
We love our women, love our black
that
women,
is true.
women all over the world. That's a fact.
That is a
Anyways,
fact,
continue,
factual
continue,
statement.
continue,
Factual statement. Factual statement.
continue,
Um,
continue.
but like I said, it is that is true. It is Women's Month, and we do respect our women. But at the same time, you never know what's going through anybody's head during any time of the day, any time of the month. So when it comes to the situation like that you just told me,
Mm,
I understand that, But at the same time, you never know who's at fault. He could have said something, she could have did something. You never know what happened. All we have is from what we heard. We weren't there, so
So
we
yeah, we
really
can't
can't
really
put a
determine
right,
on what was said and what was not said,
right.
or what was happening and what was not supposed to happen. So that's why it's just like we're just saying how like how we feel about it.
Mhm.
It's not like we attacking anybody about it. It's just like what we saw or what I saw personally was just kind of
Mhm.
crazy, and it's like it's bad enough that we see stuff like that on a daily, and
Right.
we kind of wish for that to like not be as much of a habit.
Mm.
But I mean, the world it works in mysterious ways, so
Oh
we can't
yeah.
we can't say oh stop and it just stops. That's not how that
Mhm.
works.
Right.
So there's that. Honestly,
But that is understandable though. But
hmm
on to our next segment for the night.
oh, we got another segment.
Oh yes, sir.
What's the
Yes,
segment?
sir. This is still just the beginning of the show, sir. So,
Mm.
let's talk about for our first segment of called This Crazy World. Let's talk about it.
Whoa.
So,
That's gonna be crazy.
let's speak on
I get it.
how in Kansas City on Friday, which was yesterday,
hmm
there was reports of an earthquake.
Earthquake. I ain't feel nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, did it say what time exactly?
Um, shoot, around like I personally can't say it was around like maybe 2, 3. I could be wrong. It was around. It was somewhere around there, but it was earlier. It was earlier
I
on throughout
thought
the
so. I
day.
think somebody said like somewhere around one. I think.
Well, you probably right. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna say because
I
I'm only
kind of
saying that
forgot.
because I'm not gonna lie, I was
Oh yeah.
not. So I wouldn't have felt that. I
I
was
mean,
asleep. I didn't know
around that time, nobody's really gonna be up. But like, I honestly like
1
for the,
PM.
no, but
1 PM?
I mean, hey, some people might not be up, but you never know who's up and who's not up. So around 1 p.m.,
Mm,
I mean, some people up, most people are at school. Consider it was a Friday, but nobody felt nothing. I like it.
I didn't feel
It was.
nothing.
I didn't feel nothing. Like I heard about that throughout the week. Well, not throughout the week. That same day, and I was like, I didn't feel nothing. Like it's that like it's crazy because it was a report. Like it was a report. It was proven on the it was stated by the news, and apparent and we didn't feel. I didn't feel nothing. You said you didn't feel nothing.
I
I
was
didn't feel
asleep, so I
nothing.
can't really say I felt
I mean,
anything.
I didn't feel a thing. So I mean, I really wouldn't
That
know.
I'm just saying that's why I personally think it's crazy.
Oh yeah, like
But honestly, how do you feel about hearing about the thing about TikTok being banned?
oh man, here we go. I knew this was
Bro,
coming.
what you mean here we go? It's like
Okay,
it's I'm look, listen,
okay.
I'm not saying like actually full on like dig deep about it. I'm talking about like what is like how do you feel about it? Like about it being
Mhm.
like post up for banning. Like how do you feel about it?
I mean, when it comes to it saying TikTok should be banned, there's been many fights, many rebellions about TikTok being banned, but at the same time, why is it getting banned? But at the same time, but you have to realize it's one side that says it shouldn't get banned, and it's another side that says it should get banned. But both prove good parts. Good parts about it is TikTok, like nowadays, not all people watch TikTok, but for those who do watch TikTok, there are some interesting videos on TikTok.
Yeah, they kind of use
Like
that app for like entertainment
right, like you can find a lot of stuff on TikTok, a lot of information, a lot of videos.
or like a
uh,
lot of relatable stuff that
Right,
like
like
goes on in your life or
right,
like
like
what you into type of stuff.
right, like it will like some things on TikTok will make you think, but also there are some bad things on about TikTok as well
hmm
because some people on TikTok they'll post some crazy outrageous statement and then like not statement but or video as such as you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they'll post a crazy video and then TikTok will leave it up. And then there'll be another video that somebody posts that's quote unquote family friendly and then they'll take it down.
yeah.
And then and then like then the person that got their video took it down, they'll post about it like, hey, it makes no sense. I don't know why my video got taken down
mhm.
when there's we're doing all these other videos and stuff like that, and only mine got taken
Yeah, I personally think personally I have TikTok myself, so it's
down.
like
Right.
it's entertaining to me. Like
Mhm.
at first I was like I didn't really like TikTok because I always got some weird stuff and I ain't with that. So I was like, nah, I'm just delete it for a while. But
Mhm.
it just like it's like you said before, like it shouldn't be banned at all.
Mhm.
That's how I feel personally because
Mhm.
there's like a lot of people who like create content for everybody
Mhm.
and like stuff that you watch. And honestly, I don't believe it's gonna get banned because remember that time they said they was banning TikTok before
Oh yeah,
and it
they
never
did say that.
happened.
Yeah, and it
So
never
it's
happened.
just like there's no point in dwelling about it if it's not gonna happen.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying for people out there who's like, oh, you're ignoring my feelings, this and this, and I'm just like, nah, it's not. It's not even that. It's just like
Right.
me personally, from what I know, it's just like somebody tried to ban TikTok before,
Mhm.
never worked,
Didn't work.
and it was still up since then. Like they talked
But
about getting taking it down, never worked.
right.
It was still up and running.
But at the same time, you never know what the future might hold. It might actually get banned this time.
Look,
But at the same time, you gotta think. You gotta think though. You gotta
mhm,
think though.
mhm, mhm.
Even if TikTok does get banned, it 9 times out of 10 is going to be an app to replace TikTok anyway. Because think about it.
Mm. I mean, there's
No,
Instagram too
I
because
mean,
people they
yeah,
got reels and
but
stuff like
still,
that. So
think
there's
about
that.
it though. What happened to Musically? Guess what happened to Musically?
First of all,
Musically got replaced by
it's about
TikTok.
musically.
It got
You
replaced
old.
by
You
TikTok, bro.
old.
Hey, if
Musically,
you know about Musically, you know.
I
Listen.
know a lot of people who know musically. I
Oh
personally
yeah.
do.
Oh yeah.
I was on it. I'll be honest with you. I was on musically. I was on what was it called? Funimate. I mean, those are the only two I was really on the most.
Hmm.
Funimate. I don't know. It's usually just made for like edits and stuff. Like I
Right.
did videos, but it was just like just looking back at it. I logged into
Mhm.
my old account one time. I looked at myself. I was like, who is this guy? Like you're weird. Get off the phone.
Man, I'm saying
But
like,
yeah, musically got turned into TikTok.
mhm.
And honestly, musically was something in like what 2015,
Ooh,
14 maybe, I
it's been a cool little while. It stayed around for a little while until TikTok came around, and everybody's like, "Oh, TikTok! Oh, I wonder what that is." Then people started
I
moving
wonder
from
what it
Musically
was
to
too.
TikTok, and so then Musically ended up dying out, and then it's like a constant. It's a constant system.
Mhm, mhm.
Like honestly, who remembers what was that? What was after? Like what was before Musically? I don't even remember myself.
Honestly, I just know musically. I don't
Yeah,
know anything else before that. Personally, I don't. But let's see. What we got for our next segment there, fam?
sir. Our next segment is open mind and opinion.
Open-minded
This
opinions.
this segment is where we just talk about our opinions and we voice them
Mhm,
and see and I'll voice my opinion, see how you feel about it, and you give me your opinion and
mhm,
I'll tell you
mhm,
how I feel
mhm,
about it.
mhm, mhm. Now, remember, people, this is opinions, our opinions. So
Right.
look, don't hit me up on some weird stuff, all right?
Girl, listen,
Or him
listen.
either.
Okay, listen. It's all love. It's all love.
Trust
Trust. It
me.
is all
Yeah,
love.
exactly. It's all just
We are
love. We ain't
voicing.
on
We
nothing.
are just voicing our own opinions. It's all love at the end of the day.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But
So
what's up with it?
it's all love. For this segment, we have if books and cartoons and animes and stuff like that. Let's imagine if that came to the real world.
No, that no.
No, 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 no.
It,
You
hold on,
cannot
hold
tell
on,
me.
hold
You
on,
no, no, no.
hold
You
on,
cannot be the one to tell me if you had some OP ability, you would not do something with that.
dog. If there were people with actual abilities, do you know how much destruction and how much money would have to
Okay,
be put in order to rebuild a lot of stuff?
that is true. But then
Hold
no,
on.
no, no. Imagine
Ooh,
how
ooh,
cool that would
ooh,
be.
ooh.
Because then just imagine you come out. No, no, no. Imagine you come outside your house and you just witness a whole Dragon Ball Z fight happen.
No, because no. Okay, so I've seen a lot of let me say this, a lot of TikToks, right? And they
Mhm.
talk about how superheroes always picking up somebody's cards and using that against the villain
That
or
is true.
somebody's opponent.
I mean, but then no, I mean in that order, I in that order, I respect that because just imagine you just bought a brand new car. You said it outside like, "Huh, I love my new car," and then out of nowhere you just see a
You
dude
see a
throw
dude pick up their
it.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's dangerous in many ways, and plus people without powers, it's gonna be twice as dangerous because they might
Mhm.
get like caught up in the crossfire. Depends on what the fight where the fight is located at. It's probably gonna be one. If it's somewhere in like the city, oh, I'm sorry, it's gonna be a lot of deaths.
Because it just imagine you got a whole Goku, a dude with Goku's abilities launching a Kamehameha through a building. Like just imagine that.
No,
Imagine, do you know
it
how
ain't just
much
gonna
money would
go
go
through
into
one
that?
building. It's gonna probably go through multiple. Now you gotta
Oh
realize
yeah,
that
it's
stuff is
gonna shoot
strong.
right through.
That's what
But
I'm saying. And plus, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of money that's got to get put into it
okay,
in order to
but
rebuild a lot of stuff.
what if life was like a video game type? Like say that you had to train and level up your abilities in order to use them to
Dog,
make them stronger. I'm just saying Just imagine though, because in my personal opinion, that'd be dope. Like, just imagine I can come outside my house and I could just fly off, or I could teleport somewhere. Just
Okay,
imagine that.
okay, yeah, that would be cool because you can be there a lot
See?
more faster and then
Exactly.
go
You
where you want
and
to
like
go.
you ain't
It's
gotta
that
worry
simple.
about traffic or nothing like
Yeah,
that. You can just
none of that, none of that,
zoom,
none
you
of that.
there.
But it's also like it's just gonna be funny because it's just like you messing with the wrong dude. He's like an overpowered like level to you. You trying to
Oh
talk
yeah.
crazy and you smack the materials at you. I'm sorry to say, but that's just something you got to think about
I
because
mean,
you're talking
yeah.
about levels and leveling up and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
if you're talking crazy to the wrong dude, he's over like he's more like more level than you.
And then when the dude just one taps you.
Oh God, one tapping is crazy. That's what I'm saying. So it's like you got to be mindful of that kind of stuff. Like talking
Oh
crazy to
yeah.
somebody, even though they more higher level than you do.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I wouldn't do it at all.
Oh
And
yeah, nah.
especially it's my books
I
too.
mean, mhm,
No, because the only reason I say no is because there's like a lot of books that talk about like either psychopaths or the murderers, or we
mhm,
have like um these these creatures or
mhm.
like ghosts and stuff.
Right.
Bro, do I look like becoming Scooby Doo? No, I don't.
I mean, hey, okay, listen. In my defense though, I know I said I would be a villain. Yes, that is true. If I ever did have
Who wouldn't
superpowers,
be a
I would.
villain? I would be.
Okay. But there are most people in this world who would choose to be a hero instead.
Yeah, nasty.
But hey, listen, personally, I would be a villain, but I would be a smart villain instead. Because think about it. Think about it. Heroes will sacrifice you to save the world, but villains will
Mm.
sacrifice the world to save you. Think about that. In deep thought, think about that. Say that a hero, someone who's meant to save you, it was a lot. It was a say that a villain was finna blow up the earth entirely, right?
Mhm,
But he had to save you at the same time, but he can't do both.
mhm, have to pick one.
He would have to pick one. So from what I've seen in movies, yeah, they would try and save the person, but then at the same time, it's like they would also sacrifice you to save the world.
Yeah.
Because yeah, heroes are for good sometimes. Heroes are for good. We're not speaking on Homelander. We're not speaking on Homelander. Don't get me started on him.
Homelander is
Ah,
weird.
listen, we're not getting started on Homelander. Anyway,
That
but
dude is
still,
weird.
for those who don't know who Homelander is, trust he's not a good guy in parts. Anyway,
He
like I
should have.
said,
That man is something else.
anyway, but heroes are meant to stand for good. Villains are meant to stay for evil. But if you really think about it, how do you know those roles just aren't reversed? Because then think about it. Like I just said, villains would save you. So say that you're like, okay, you're somebody that no, okay. Let's just say you got captured, right? The world's 9 times out of 10 about to end,
Mhm.
and you meant something to that villain, right? Then just imagine the stakes like that villain would go through just to get you back. Because think about that.
Mhm.
Say that he he'll destroy so much 9 times out of 10 just to get you back because you mean a lot to him. When it comes to the hero, it's either you, it's either you or the world, or not. And 9 times out of 10, the hero's gonna pick to save the world. That way they can keep protecting the people and
Mhm.
just sacrifice you. The villain
Mhm.
will sacrifice the world just to keep you safe and alive. They don't care about anything else. So
That's why I say
I'm not
it's.
saying 100% that the villain should be the hero, but at the same time, some villains have good points, but others are just pure evil.
I'd rather be pure evil. Like
Homelander.
that. All right, bro. We,
It's
we,
the truth.
we're done talking about that man because I personally don't like him because that dude is weird in so many ways.
Mhm.
But personally, I agree. But I say being pure evil is more better because I mean it's just you. It's nobody else. It's just you. Now, if
Mhm.
you pair yourself up like what the Sinister Six, that's different. That's
Oh,
really
listen.
different. Like really different. So
Mhm.
it's just like I think being pure evil, like being by yourself, is more better because you don't have to worry about nothing else. You can just focus on what you want to do and leave it at that.
Okay,
It's
I agree.
it's nothing more
I
to
agree
it.
with you with that point, but then also think about that though. Think about think about if you get captured, who gonna come save you? And you say that you
Mm,
captured to the point of where you have no allies. You killed each and every last one of your allies, but then you get in very big trouble, severe trouble that you can't get yourself out of. Who's gonna come
uh,
save you?
to the point where I'm gonna get jumped by everybody.
Exactly. Who's gonna come save
Dang,
you?
that's true. I ain't got no henchmen, no nobody.
I would
Dang.
see if I was a villain,
Now,
I would no. Listen, if I was a villain, I would at least build some allies. That way, if I do get in trouble, I can call on someone to come
mhm,
help me get
mhm.
out. You see what I'm
But I
saying?
feel like if you're by yourself, I feel like if you get yourself involved in that kind of stuff, you have to have like some kind of backup plan at least.
Right.
So I feel like that's what I have to do. Like if I were like a pure evil villain, right? I would like yeah, I put something there like nobody knows about it. Like it's there, but nobody knows about it.
Hmm.
And then I end up getting caught up with the heroes. And I end up getting captured, get put in a cell. Uh, start off that plan,
Hmm.
and then that'll be easy for an escape because they'll be more worried about that than they'll be worried about me.
Right.
So then I might be able to have the time to escape and then regroup to where I was before.
Hmm.
And that's usually how I think because I feel like most villains don't really think about like backup plans. Like they
Hmm.
may think about that, but not it doesn't work all the time because they're more ahead of them than anybody else would
I
be.
mean that, or their backup plan just fails.
See that? See, I knew you was gonna say that because it's
I'm
the
I'm
truth
just
though.
saying because like there are some villains who make backup plans and they end up just automatically failing out
Failing.
of nowhere because they'll be doing so good, going so strong, and then after that they mess up somewhere and they're like, "Oh, no worries, I got my backup plan." Then they
The
just get
backup
jumped.
plan doesn't
Then
even
then they
work.
just get jumped and
Yep.
then incinerated. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
game over.
and incinerated. Yeah, that's not
Like
what's gonna
shmink, mink,
happen.
mink, mink, I'm done. Like
But I personally think having that kind of world where we bring either books or cartoons to life, personally, it depends on what book or cartoon. Now I say
uh huh.
like either Pokemon, no problem. That's
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's family
Now it
friendly.
would be cool to have some Pokemon in this world though. Like just imagine you out of nowhere, you just walking and you just see a herd of Pikachu run down the street. Like how
That
cool
would
would
be
that be?
so fun, bro. You
Like
just
honestly, in my personal opinion, my favorite Pokemon would have to be Lucario. I'm not gonna lie, that he's him.
Lucario.
Lucario, he's him. His Mega Evolved form is raw. I ain't gonna
We
lie.
got okay, so you either have Charizard or you have Greninja, or personally my favorite,
Oh, Greninja is
Mewtwo.
fire.
Oh shoot, Mewtwo.
Mewtwo, yes, Mewtwo is fire. I ain't gonna lie. That is the strongest
Mewtwo
Pokemon
is
in cards.
cold.
Oh yeah, he's cold with it. Like all the movies with Mewtwo in it, they were cold movies. I'm
They
not
they
gonna lie.
really were. There's like
Oh
a whole
yeah.
bunch of Pokemon that are strong, but you
Hmm.
can't really just like point it like, oh, that one's more stronger. No.
Hmm. Okay, but then with that part, then since we're talking about Pokemon, let's switch over from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh though.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
yes, we're
no,
having this conversation.
no,
No,
no.
because listen.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just imagine you get out of bro. No, imagine how funny that would be. You just walking down the street and out of nowhere you turn and you just see two dudes getting to it like, oh, you want to duel about it? Yo, what's up there? What's up? They pull
They
out the
gonna pull
cards
out
and stuff.
they
No,
gonna
like
pull
I'm
out
serious.
their little thing. I forgot what
I'm
it's called.
saying. Like they're gonna pull out, they're gonna
They
be
gonna
like,
start
I'm ready to
levitating. They gonna
duel.
start
Like
levitating.
I'm
They gonna draw the
saying.
cards and stuff. They be
I'm
like, oh
saying.
no, dude,
Like
get cooked right
that
now.
you're not gonna lie. I can't even lie. That would be cool to see though. Like just imagine actually seeing that. That would be raw.
That
Like
would be cool. Just see dudes levitating in the air, just going all out with
man,
their cards and
that
stuff.
would
That would
be
be
dope
cool.
though.
It would. It really would. But it's like at the same time, it also can be a little. Actually, no, I wouldn't say destructive because
Mhm.
it depends on the playing field, like where it
Right.
is. Now, if you were like in an open space, like where cards and stuff is, then there might be more
It
lethal
might,
stuff.
yeah, it might be a kind of a disaster.
Yeah. So
But
not.
but at the same time, when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, if you see and look at it in the anime and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's not. It's like the monsters are virtual reality, so they don't really
They
break
don't really.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So they
and
really do
even
nothing.
if they do, like there's what's I forgot what they was called, but there was these little things, and even if it was a bunch of destruction around, it wasn't real. Like
Mhm.
it was like an auto projection. You feel me?
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you
Yeah.
like. They have like a little virtual
Right. So
like
like
box or
honestly,
something where
that
like it can
that's a
destroy stuff,
right.
but it's not in actual
Right,
reality.
like that's an easy way to duel without actually destroying or hurting people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that. I really do see that. But it's just like at the same time, if we were have to like cartoons and books come into the real world,
Hmm.
there will be pros and cons to it.
Oh
Either it'll
yeah,
be dangerous and some of it won't be dangerous.
right. Because there's
Because
pros and
either it'll
cons to
be
almost
watched
everything.
like it'll be watched like closely,
Hmm.
or they'll have to like have some type of like precautions to it.
Right.
It's like so either that or like go to an open space or like
Hmm.
it don't matter what area because it's like again you said it was virtual like a virtual area, so
Right.
it's
Right.
nothing's
Right.
really going to be damaged.
Oh yeah.
But since that conversation is over because Yu-Gi-Oh is crazy, moving on to the next segment. Hope you're ready for this one.
Yes,
I got this.
sir.
Let me do it. Let me do it. Let
Hey,
me do
go
it. Let me
ahead.
do
You
it. Let me
got
do
it. You
it.
got it. You got it. You got it.
So this segment is called Hot Takes. It's based off of what like just how we feel about stuff.
Right.
Basically another opinion thing, basically. And so this hot take is, how do you feel about movie plots being generated by AI? And
Okay,
I'm
let's really
talking like
okay.
the Moana 2 movie.
Okay. Let's really talk about that though, because like when I saw and I was like, I seen that the new Wish movie. I saw it.
Mhm.
I watched it. I was like, it's all right, but it's like
The
it's
plot is
not
kind of obvious.
right. Like the plot was kind of obvious. Like
Mhm.
evil king in the castle trying to take over. He thinks he's good, but he's actually bad. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
boring.
yeah.
Now in old movies like Cars, Cars 2, Cars 3, Moana, the original,
Yeah,
Mulan,
they kept you guessing.
right.
They only gave you like a
Those
slight of the
was
plot
now
of it.
those were good. But when it comes to the Wish movie and AI plotting, AI generated plot, I mean, I understand some people like they don't really feel like they run out of ideas or writing stuff. But reverting to AI,
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I wouldn't say we should revert to AI. Like the new Moana movie
No.
too that's
No, no,
coming
no,
out.
no, 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 no,
Like
no.
no,
Mm-mm.
listen, the new Moana movie that's coming out.
I
I'm
seen it. I
afraid.
seen the
No,
trailer.
oh yeah, but I'm seriously afraid that like it's gonna be AI generated and it's gonna be terrible.
It's the fact of the matter of, you say that, I get it, like they run out of ideas, but personally, I think that's just like being lazy. Like, there, a lot of people nowadays are creative with stuff. Either
Right.
they make animes or they make comic books. Like they all just like brought it from up here and they got the help they needed for that to
Right.
publish it. So I feel like they were able to, like, at least come up with something for movies, at
Hmm.
least. I would not just say like, "Oh, let's just use the AI to just generate like a plot and we can just go with that." No.
I
You
mean that.
shouldn't like
I mean,
rely
yeah.
on AI to help you with that kind of stuff. You have a brain for a reason. You
Right.
can use that brain to at least come up with something better, or come
Hmm.
up something like Moana.
Hmm.
You can make it better than that before. Like
I
Moana
mean
2's coming out. So
that
you can
right.
actually come up with something for Moana, have a different plot for it, because
Right.
we all watched the Moana movie. Come on now. We all watched it.
It was a very fire movie.
It
Trust
was.
me.
What
But
can
no,
I say? I'm sorry. Sorry.
but no, listen. But when it comes to like movies and stuff like that, like with like AI generated plots, remakes and stuff like that, like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, like some remakes and some movies really made me mad. Like Mulan, like the Mulan remake they did. I did not like it. Where's Mushu? Where is Mushu?
That's what I was talking about,
Where
because
is
where's
Mushu?
Mushu? I
He
love
would
Mushu.
he
Mushu
carried
was
no
hilarious.
he carried most of the show. I'm not gonna
You
lie.
can't forget the beetle. The
Oh
beetle?
yeah, Beetle did carry the show too. I'm not gonna lie, that
Mm,
Beetle was funny. But
That
at the same
both of them
time,
was. They was always arguing.
where like that was a big pet peeve when I was watching. I was like, man, where's Mushu, dog?
But we
And I'm
love
like,
Mushu.
but
We
oh
all
yeah,
love
all
Mushu.
love the Mushu. Listen, but no, listen. At the same time, though, like when it comes to anime, like remakes and stuff like that, the only actual remake I really sort of kind of well, no, the only remake I actually liked was the Lion King remake.
Lion King?
Yes, because they actually that movie was actually on track and everything. They had the regular good plot. Nothing was changed.
Mhm,
Nothing was edited.
mhm,
All it was just a
mhm.
live action. That's it. And I liked that. I was like, oh yeah, this is
So
good.
yeah,
This was
I loved
cool.
it. It was like watching a cartoon, but it was more realistic.
Right.
That's the best part about that. It was
Right.
cool to watch. Really cool to watch.
Oh yeah, it was most definitely. I really did zone in and like that. I was like, oh yeah, this movie's fire.
And
But like with
say
most remakes they're doing nowadays, it's just like
they
I
leave
don't
some
like them.
stuff out. They kind of like switch the story up a little bit,
Right. And
and it's
I don't
just
like
like,
that.
no,
Cause
I
like
really don't.
most people who watch the first movie and then come to watch the second movie, they don't like it. But then the people that watch the second movie and then go back to the first movie, they're like, "Oh wait, that's not right. That's weird." They don't
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Like that's why I like originals better than remakes because the original tells the whole story, not knowing the remake might switch some stuff up into it.
And plus, honestly, I watch the old stuff for nostalgic purposes, because
Right.
like you can relive what you watched as a kid.
Right.
And for starters, Little Mermaid,
Hmm.
since they had a new actor,
Hmm.
um, I had nothing against it. So from what I heard, it was a good movie. That's from what I heard. But it's just like, personally, I would like to stick to the old movie,
Hmm.
because it was interesting to watch, and also it's just like, it's cartoony, so it's like it's just something to just watch upon. Like, I don't want to see
Hmm.
anything realistic. So it's just like, I believe when watching cartoons, it brings back the kid in me. It really does.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I did not watch the first movie. I'm not gonna lie.
What movie?
The Mermaid movie.
Oh, you suck.
I'm sorry. No, either I watched it and I just forgot. No, I did watch it. I just don't remember a lot about it.
Now
But
I feel like
I
you
watched. No,
lying.
no, 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 no. I watched like most of it, but like I was a little kid, so like I kind of like fell asleep through half of it because it was like a movie I would just fall asleep to. And then I watched the remake, and I was like, it's all right. It was like so. I really can't on that topic of that movie. I really can't say anything because I ain't really watch it.
You ain't really watch it. Come
I
on,
mean,
you
no,
know Mermaid
I
is a
heard,
classic.
I heard
It's a
it. I heard, hey,
classic.
hey,
What are you doing?
hey, man, listen. I was like back then. I wasn't into the princess stuff like that. I used to watch all the other time movies, man.
So hold on. Ain't nothing against watching princess
Okay,
movies, okay?
okay, but then think about it.
It
Back,
don't
no,
make
no,
you
no, no, no,
weird
no,
to
no, no, no,
watch
no, 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 no.
princess movies.
I'm not
I
saying that.
watched
I'm not
Princess and the
saying that.
Frog. I
Oh, look,
watched that.
nigga, bro, don't get me wrong. Princess and the Frog was a fire movie, dog.
There's
I
that.
love,
They
bro.
got
I love
Brave.
Princess
They
and the
got
Frog. Brave was
Snow White. They got the Cinderella
Brave. Did I
movie.
watch
They bro, if you ain't watched Tinkerbell,
Oh,
what are you
I ain't gonna
doing?
lie. I did watch
What are you
Tinkerbell.
doing?
Okay, I watched Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was fire. I'm
I
not gonna
think the
lie.
last one I watched
And then
was what's it
Tinkerbell and
called?
then Peter Pan. That was fire too.
Yeah, the very old.
Ah, yeah.
Ooh,
Listen.
you going way
Hey,
back.
I'm just saying.
Ooh,
Listen, if you don't know nothing about Peter Pan, listen,
you gotta go.
you
You
missing
gotta
out.
go.
All love, but you missing out. You should definitely go watch Peter Pan if you have not seen it. It's a very old movie, but it's very good. Trust
It really is. And honestly, you come on now, y'all should at least watch like one Disney movie that's really old.
me.
You
Oh
got Beauty
yeah.
and the Beast too.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, the last Tinkerbell movie I watched was The Pirate Fairy. That
Mhm.
was the last one I watched.
The last one I watched was the what's it called? Nether Beast or whatever it's called. I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that one. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, this and no, don't get me wrong. Tinkerbell has some good songs in there too. I'm like, oh yeah,
they
I
really
can
do.
vibe with these
They
songs.
ain't gonna lie, they be cooking with
I'm
them
saying they be
instrumentals. They be
cooking,
cooking.
they be cooking. I'd be like, oh yeah, this is fine. I'm
It
liking
really
that.
was. And honestly, I feel like watching it again. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah,
If I could find it though, but
mhm.
it's debatable if I could.
9 times out of 10, you should be able to because them
But
movies is fire.
now on to our good segment. It's called Universal Gaming.
Let's talk about it, y'all.
Let's talk about it. So I seen a trailer of a multiplayer Spider-Man game. That's
Say
the
on
same.
God.
I
Say
swear
on
to
God.
God. No, because okay, so whenever the Spider-Man 2 game was coming out, right? They
Right.
delayed that game.
Hmm.
And I seen the trailer. I was like, why did y'all do that?
Hmm.
Like, I don't mind playing that. Like, I really don't mind. Like, I'll even wait for the game. I'll wait for it.
Right.
And so, let's show like a short clip of it. Basically, it just showed everybody just jumping off the rail and just going into a portal. That was it. But then I was able to find the full trailer of it. You were able to play with maybe 5 to 4 people at once, and you can swing around the city or take on the Sinister Six, which I seen that you can fight Venom, Doc Ock, Electro, basically all the villains. If you want to talk about it, basically all the villains, and I think that's pretty fire. If you got like a gang full of friends to play that, oh, it's raps.
Oh yeah, it's most definitely 100% raps. Cause just imagine you hang with your friends. You're like, hey gang, what should we play, man? Hey man, we should play that multiverse of Spider Man. Oh bet, let's roll. We all get up on a rooftop. 1, 2, 3,
Then
jump, and then
just
we all
jump
just
off. We
jump, and
start
then we all
swinging
start
or
swinging.
using our
Like
web wings, bro.
right, like that. That's dope. I mean, again, like I said last podcast, I haven't played the new game, but like from what I've seen, it's fire. Especially the web wings. Them is fire. I'm not gonna lie. I really like that they added that to the game.
Honestly,
But at
I
the
was
same
shocked when they
time.
added it because I didn't even think they was gonna bring up the web wings. I thought it was gonna bring it
Mhm,
up. It's like another game or something. But
mhm.
personally, since I'm saying that, I done got my Venom shirt on. I got my Spider Man necklace. That's the crazy part too.
This man's real proud of that Spider Man and that shirt.
Hey,
I'm sure of it.
hey, Venom just that guy, bro.
I
Venom
mean, hey,
or
don't
symbiotes in general. Just saying,
symbiotes in general are cold. I'm not gonna lie. Symbiotes in general are cold. I'm
they
not
really
gonna
are.
lie.
And I'm really hoping they bring back that game and not delay it because I
Mhm.
think a lot of people love Spider Man and they want to play that
Mhm.
game.
I'm for sure many people would actually love to actually play that game
I would most
because
definitely.
oh yeah, most definitely because like that's a game that you would like to how could I say? That's a good game to hang with your homies with.
Yeah.
Like say that your whole friend like say that half your whole friend group like Spider Man,
Mhm.
or say that half of your friend group don't like Spider Man. It's just like a certain amount of y'all. Y'all can just
And then
hop on
y'all
that
try to
game. Y'all can
y'all try the game and y'all like,
right.
okay, this game kind of fire.
Right, and then y'all like, okay, let's hop on let's hop on multiplayer. Then y'all hop on there, and it's all good and it's all fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm not surprised. Like that would be a very fire game for
It,
real.
it really would, and that's why I'm just like, if I were to get the date of that game's release,
Oh yeah,
it's wraps. I'm
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 waiting on
really
it. I'm
hoping.
putting a reminder on my calendar of when that game is coming out, and I'm putting my money on that game.
Oh man, listen, that game would be really fire to actually be able to play.
It
I'm not
it
gonna lie,
really would
it
be.
really would.
Now, so now we have another game. It's called Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I think. Like, how do you feel about it? Personally, well, actually, no, I asked you that. You go ahead. I'm tripping. You tripping.
I mean, hmm, you said wait, the game was called what?
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
What am I? Okay, I'm gonna put my thoughts on the table about the well first the title. But okay, first off, like a dragon, that's fire. Like just imagine you scrolling through, you get bored of all the games you got on your console. Like, let me see what I want to play now. Let me see what I want to buy.
Mm,
And then after that, you see that game, and it just says like what you said. What was it? Like a dragon. What else?
wait, what?
Okay, what was the title again?
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Now just imagine you scrolling and you see that game. How would you feel?
I mean, okay, so I finished the game called Like a Dragon. Gaiden, the man who erased his name. I played that.
Mhm.
It was a pretty cool game. It was also pretty emotional too. Only reason I say that is because the main character, Kiryu, or aka Joryu, um, he basically faked his death in order to protect not only himself but his family,
Mhm.
and at the orphanage, I believe.
Right.
And so he was basically just fighting people and getting or putting an end to clans in general,
Mhm.
until since they gave him a reward and showing that they put a camera somewhere around his grave, and so they basically talks to the camera. He was breaking down in tears because he hadn't seen them in years, and he can't see them because they made a deal that if he goes to see them, they have to put him down and let him the people there.
Mhm.
And I thought that was pretty sad.
Mhm.
And I played Like a Dragon. I don't like taking turns. I hate that. I don't
Mhm.
like the type of MMORPG games where it's either you can click attack or use items and stuff. I'm not, no. I refuse to do that because that's not my thing.
Right.
Like, I refuse to take turns because I'm always playing what's it called? Like games that go head first and start swinging. Like, just
Mhm.
press triangle when ready. Just start swinging.
Mhm.
I'm always into that. I even played the whole Yakuza series. Amazing. Top tier amazing. Even the move sets, even the fact you have to use money to like in the game to learn more abilities and learn more tricks.
Right.
Or I think what was it, Yakuza Zero, where you get to play as either Kiryu or Majima.
Mhm.
Personally, I like playing Majima. That man is crazy. I still mess with him. But it's just like that game is fun to play. I would recommend it. And I would say play Yakuza Zero first before escalating the series,
Mhm.
because you don't even know what you're gonna be doing if you play like right in the middle of it. You're just gonna be like confused, like what's happening, what am I doing?
How many Yakuza games so far?
Honestly, I lost count. It's a whole bunch.
Mhm.
Like it's either Like a
Because
Dragon or we have just a Yakuza.
I think no, actually no, there is no thing. I do. I do have a Yakuza game on my console,
Mhm.
but once I finished it, I stopped. I just stopped. I mean, I didn't go searching or go looking for a whole nother Yakuza game. 'Cause, like, I mean,
Nah,
they're no,
nah,
like, don't get me
nah.
wrong. No, they're fire games. Yes, they are fire games. But at the same time, it's like, okay, the games are fire. Like to have that open type of world, like have that open world, follow a story, but at the same time on the streets, you'll still see like bandits and stuff like that. You can still fight and beat up.
That's true, but
That's
it's like when I
that's
played
that's
it, I
dope
had to
though.
stop playing it because that game, or just in general, it took me on a, like like emotional roller coaster.
Oh
Just
yeah.
being able to be connected to one character.
Mhm. So when it comes, like, I like games like I actually kind of sort of like games like that. Like when I like games that'll make you emotional.
Yeah,
Like either happy, sad, like
because that's
stuff
how
like
you know
that.
you're invested in the game.
Right. That's how you know. Like if you sit there and you see and you witness a sad moment and you don't get a little sad, then it's like, man, what you doing? In my position, like I play Elden Ring. Don't get me wrong.
Oh
No.
no,
Listen,
no, 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 no,
Hey, no,
no,
no, no, no.
no.
Listen. I play Elden Ring. For those who don't know what Elden Ring is, it's a look first. Well, look it up. It's a very fire but hard game to play.
Hmm.
But it really does have a very sad storyline because um there is a character in the game. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of forgot her name. Oh wait, no, Morgoth. Morgoth and his brother. They they are with the golden lineage,
Mm.
meaning they're royalty, but they weren't treated as such.
Yeah.
So one brother, he had a brother, him and his brother. One brother chose to renounce his golden lineage and just do what he wants to do himself.
Okay.
The other brother, he wanted to go towards his golden lineage to actually see if the Erdtree would choose him to be Elden Lord.
Okay. Okay.
But it's sad because he was trying to protect the tree until you come around and kill him. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's sad. I'm not even gonna lie, that's sad. But
but yeah,
next week we have somebody on the podcast.
yes,
Actually,
sir.
that's gonna be interesting.
Our first guest, is gonna be amazing. It might be a little longer than this one. This one was shorter.
Kinda,
This one was kind of shorter, 45 minutes at best.
yeah,
Last one was like last Saturday was an hour. But tune in to us every Saturday at Seven's Palace at 7 o'clock. We'll be here.
always.
We'll be waiting. Love y'all. We'll see y'all. Deuces.
Peace.